The Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale is such a weird card. The Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale is a legendary land, but it doesn't have a tap ability. Instead, all creatures have an upkeep cost of 1 generic mana, while the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale is on the field. This is an incredibly strong land card. This is seriously kind of insane, and it's possible you've never even heard of this land. That is because this land was printed in 1994 as a rare, hasn't ever been reprinted, and this effect is something they really avoid doing today, especially on a land. This card is a control player's wet dream. Sure, it costs your land drop for a turn, but if you think about it, this card blanks out a land drop for every creature your opponent deploys. If they have 4 creatures that they need to keep, they have to spend 4 mana at their upkeep. That puts them 4 lands behind. That's insanely good. This card is interesting because in some matches it does absolutely nothing. Like if they don't play creatures, what the fuck does this do? And in other matches, it kind of just auto wins you the game. I wouldn't call this healthy design space, but I am drawn to this card like many others are. This card is stupid expensive. It's still playable. Like, this would wreck shit in Commander games, likely. But there are so few copies of this, and it can also legitimately see play in some Legacy decks. This card goes for almost $3,000, which is insane to think about. It's such a weird design, too. It's such a powerful effect, but it's on a land, which is strange. It really makes you question the development of Legends as well, because they made the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, but then they also made Adventurer's Guildhouse? That's kind of crazy, right? Like, almost every land in Legends is either, like, way too fucking good, or, like, really fucking bad. I mean, there are a couple. Pendelhaven is pretty cool. Yeah. Legends is such a weird set, and that's part of why I love it so much, but some of the card choices in Legends are so incredibly baffling to me. Now, they may never reprint the Tabernacle, or make a land that does something similar, but they did make an homage to this land in Planar Chaos. Magus of the Tabernacle is a creature that has the same effect and is part of the Magus cards, where they take a really busted old card and slap its effect on a creature. Magus of the Moon for Blood Moon is another example of this. But paying 4 mana for this effect and then getting taxed a mana to keep it around every upkeep is way less good than just putting it on a land that you can just set and forget. Overall, the Tabernacle is such an interesting card. It's so weird. The effect is weird, being a land that doesn't tap for mana is weird, and the naming convention is also really fucking weird. The Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale is such an unwieldy name, and I think it adds to its charm, at least for me. It is a bit strange though. The word tabernacle is derived from Latin, which is super strange for an English word, he said sarcastically. Anyway, the word means tent or hut and was generally used to describe a large tent used for worship. That's all very interesting, and I'm not sure what any of this has to do with anything else, and that just makes the card a bit more fascinating to me. This card is so mythical, and that alone is kind of compelling. But I guess I don't really have anything else to say about it. So let's head to the art, because we actually have 3 different arts to talk about today. The original art for the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale was illustrated by Nicola Leonard, and it's pretty awesome. This is a classic example of old school art in my opinion, and I think it's lovely. The twin steeples are super cool, the haze of the morning fog really adds to the ambiance, and the rays of light are subtle, but they help tie it together. This art is wonderful, and I think it really just helps tie together just how rare and strange this card is. I'm a huge fan of the classic art on this card, but that is not the only art to talk about. As I've said, this card was only printed once in Legends, but it has 2 Magic Online printings and a Legacy Championship printing. The first Magic Online printing uses the original art, but the second one uses this art by Richard Wright. This art is just the Hogwarts castle, right? Joking aside, this art is really well done. I like the color scheme, and I think the scale of it is all pretty well done. I much prefer the original art, but this isn't bad at all. I don't really have much to say about it though. The last art is only on an oversized card, and it's from the 2022 European Legacy Championship. This art was illustrated by Milove Sirin. I hope I pronounced that okay, I don't know. Anyway, this art is pretty fucking cool. It has a very classic Magic art vibe to me, and I really appreciate that. I also really love how high the saturation is on this piece. I think that gives it a more magical feel. Yeah, I prefer the original version, but I think that this is a fantastic reimagining of the original art. It's really cool. The cloud work is absolutely insane as well. But that's all I really have to say on the Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale. Let me know what you think of this curious, strong, and strange card in the comments. As always, I'm excited to hear what you have to say. You can also like the video if you liked it, and you can subscribe if you give a shit, but either way, I hope you have a magical day. Thanks for watching.